Morning, everybody. We're out here today, Kelsey and I, and we're trying to find a couple rabbits, hopefully 2 or 3. We're going to do kind of a catch, clean, cook video if we can. Have a recipe in mind. So we're going to go walk around. It's beautiful out right now. It's February 1st, and it is 36 degrees and not windy. I don't even like saying windy, but it's not windy at all. It's really nice out this time of year. It's usually ripping. It's been a really warm winter so far. So anyway, just have a couple 410s. This has a pretty open choke. They're usually running around in here, so bring those out and go for a walk and see what we can find. Stay tuned. I see one in the bush right here in front of me. He is really well hidden. Got Kelsey coming around to. She has a little bit tighter choke and we're really close, so she's gonna try to get him. See him in there?
Yep.
He's very well blended in. Go ahead, take him. He ran out of there, it looks like. Yeah. I missed him too. Yep. I see him. Got him that time. I must have winged him the first time a little bit. He didn't look like he was on full power. Usually the shooting is not the hard part of this, but that was not our best display of marksmanship. Got one though. Would have preferred to hit him a little further away, but nice cottontail. We carry on. I'm trying to see where Kelsey is. I just saw a rabbit run in front of me. I want to make sure I'm not shooting towards her. I can see this guy, but I think he's a little far. Maybe not. We'll find out. Oh, got him. Sweet. Okay, that one shouldn't be as riddled with shot as the last one. It's interesting. Every time I bring a 22 here, I regret it. Or anywhere like this, because they're running all over the place. And 22 saves me if you can hit them, in the head. I bring a shotgun, expecting them to be running all over the place, and they're all sitting still. It'd be perfect for a 22. This one was right out in the open, and he wasn't when he spooked, but he stopped right out in the open. Perfect. Aimed for his head. Sweet. 2 down. 2 can be a meal. 3 is about perfect for a meal, so we'll see if we can work up one more. But if not, nothing to complain about. Okay, there's the morning take. Only ended up with 2 of them, but no complaints there. It's plenty for a meal. Next section is going to be cleaning them. I just want to let anyone know, fair warning, there will be blood, guts, joints cracking, anything like that. If you don't want to see that, go ahead and skip ahead to 10 minutes or so. Okay, back at the house now. Gonna go ahead and clean these up real quick. I don't have an outdoor hose this time of year because it's usually cold. So I'm not gonna wet them down first, which I usually do. It keeps the hair from sticking so bad. Not everybody does that, but that's how I do it. Gonna go ahead and clean them, and I'm gonna have to do the finishing rinse and everything inside. So this one right here, this is the first one we got, and it is pretty torn up, so I'm sure I'm gonna lose a little bit, but we'll see what we got. Rabbits are pretty easy to take apart. Pretty much just peel the skin off of them and separate the legs and the little back section. both of these front legs are pretty messed up on this one. I'll end up trimming a little bit inside just to make sure we're not getting bone fragments and pellets. Okay, front leg's done. Yeah, this hair all over everything is pretty annoying, which you can pretty much completely avoid by wetting him down first, but like I said, don't have a hose, it's kind of hard. Luckily, most of the back end of this guy, where most of the meat is perfectly fine. Cut through the back there, and pretty much twist this off. There's really not any meat left in here. Back. Go in and just split the pelvis there. Well, you make sure you have anything out of here, because this piece I usually cook separately. Then I'll go ahead and separate both the back legs. You can cut them and just pop the ball joint. Okay, and there you have almost one leg separated. Sorry if it bothers people, there's hair all over everything. Like I said, the water helps tremendously with that, but you just have to be careful to rinse it really well when you're inside. I'm gonna go through them really well anyway. Anytime I use a shotgun, I'm really careful about making sure I don't have any pellets in it. So, okay, and then you have this other back section that's got like the back straps, I guess, and then same thing, tenderloins on the inside. And yeah, it doesn't look clean right now, but it will inside. Okay, we'll do the next one sped up a little bit. Alright, indoors now, substantially cleaner, no hair, no mess, it's all good to go. Some of the shot damage required some excess trimming there. I have some of the front legs, just pretty much half of them, but I was able to salvage everything else. It all looks really good. You can also, this recipe we're doing right here is going to use the meat bone in. They're gonna go in the pot just like this right here, and the meat will flake off. I might debone a couple of the back sections here, but it's a great chicken substitute. It's our chicken substitute, at least. We don't ever buy chicken, so we always try to use rabbit when we can. If you debone this, you just throw it on a cutting board and cut out the femurs and the back legs. Cut everything off the shanks there. Cut out the back straps on these just like you would a bigger animal like a deer, and just chunk it up, and it's great like that. These rabbits here seem to be pretty tender and usually a pretty good chicken substitute, so we'll use it just like that sometimes, but this dish is going to require it whole. So we'll throw these in the fridge and let them dry and get a little tacky, and we'll move on to the next step. Alright, we're going to start cooking here. We got the rabbit, got all our ingredients out. This recipe is more or less from the Meat Eater website or cookbook, one of those. I've kind of just remembered how to do it at this point. I've made it several times. I make a few modifications. I know it calls for heavy cream. I use half and half. And I think it's just as good, but a few other things. Parsley. I don't have fresh parsley. Garlic. You should use real garlic if you can. But everything else is pretty much the same. Chicken stock, I have like the kind from powder, which is substandard in my opinion. I don't have any venison stock at the moment, so that's what we have. But just vegetable oil, paprika, half and half, chicken stock, salt, pepper, tomato paste, rosemary, parsley, garlic, rabbit, flour, fresh tomatoes, onions, and red peppers. First thing we're going to do here is sear this rabbit. We got a Dutch oven over here. The entire meal happens in this Dutch oven, which is really nice. It's just a one dish meal. Takes some time, but ovens also should be preheating to 275 if I remember correctly. So oven's preheating. This whole thing's going to go in the oven. So we'll start with searing the rabbit and then we'll go from there. Got our meat searing on both sides. Just a nice little lovely brown. Doesn't need to be cooked through all the way at all. Just get a nice little brown on it just for that flavor. I have it seasoned with salt, pepper, and rosemary just to go in there. I'm just dredging it a little bit in flour and straight in the pot with a little bit of oil on medium-high heat. Take it out of there, set it aside, and then we'll move on to our onions. Okay, our rabbit quarters here are really nicely browned. We're going to go ahead and add in our onions. We're going to just stir these until they're starting to be translucent. Going to go ahead and add the garlic. Okay, pouring in our stock now to deglaze the pan. I already have smoked paprika and rosemary, a little bit of salt and pepper in this stock. So we're going to let her go to a boil, let it go for a couple minutes at least. Then we'll add in tomato paste and get to the point where we're going to put everything back in. Okay, she's been boiling for a few minutes. It's reduced a little bit. We're going to add cream. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Just kind of measure with your heart here. That's about right. Okay, going to stir this up and we're going to add the rabbit back in. Okay, it's looking great, smelling great. I'm going to grab the tongs here. We're going to add the rabbit right back in. I like to put the largest pieces on the bottom. It helps in this part if you are just for generally eating this dish. Make sure if you've hit with a bullet or a pellet any bone that you're really careful to remove the bone fragments because they are very sharp and they will make the eating experience very unpleasant. One of these I just cut out the femur at the joint just to make sure there were no bone fragments. And with a shotgun, like anytime you're eating anything shot with a shotgun, there is a risk of pellets. So, I mean, do the best you can to get those out. Okay, so all the meat is back in there. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take our tomatoes and peppers. And we're pretty much going to dump them right on top. Try to mix these in a little bit. Oh, missed one. Okay. All right. And try to at least partially submerge these. It'll be covered, so it really doesn't matter that much, but getting hungry. Now's the hard part, waiting 2 or 3 hours for it to be done. Okay, so those are pretty much covering the meat. Meat's submerged. We have a good level of liquid in there. So this is where the magic happens. Put the mitts on. I forgot to do that last time, and I regretted it. Oven's at 275. Pop her open. There we go. We'll set a timer for, we'll probably go 3 hours. We'll check it at 2 and see where we end up. But yeah, pretty much just sit and wait. Get rice going while that's in there. You can serve it over, I guess you could serve it over potato, rice, whatever you'd like. But we usually do rice. We like rice in this household. So we'll start some rice in probably an hour and a half and come back and check it. I'll show you the final product. Okay, we're going to pull it out and check it. It's been about 3 hours and 15 minutes or so. It smells good. Looks really good. Question is if the meat's tender. Here's a piece of rabbit. Looks pretty tender. Falling right off the bone. Alright, we'll get it served up. Okay, you can see here the meat peels right off the bone. You can take it off like Kelsey is here before you eat, or you can eat it off the bone like a chicken wing. But pretty much just make a bed of rice, and this is what you have for your final product right here. Peppers and tomatoes cooked really nice. Really nice, rich, creamy sauce you have. It's good with also some like crusty toasted bread. Don't have any today, but it's really good with that. But yeah, final product right there. It's worth a little bit of walking around in the bushes. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.